Alright guys, welcome to a new video. So in this video I'm going to talk about some forex pairs, the dollar index, the euro, the Australian dollar, and some more forex pairs, and then end off with Bitcoin, my thoughts on Bitcoin. Alright, so first of all, let me introduce you to the sponsor of the video, which is PrimeXBT. Alright, so PrimeXBT is an online trading platform where you can trade all kinds of forex pairs, indices, commodities, and cryptos using a single Bitcoin based account. All right, I've been trading with them for over a year now. All of my forex trades and commodity trades and indices I take on PrimeXBT, and I've been absolutely loving them. Okay, so definitely check out PrimeXBT if you want to follow along and take a trade on a forex pair. It's very easy on their site. You only need to deposit some Bitcoin, and on top of that I have a promo code where you can get a discount on your fees or a 50% deposit bonus or both. Okay, so yeah, definitely worth to check them out. So yeah, let's get right into the video. Starting off with the dollar index, right? Pretty important to give you an overall view on the markets, what we can expect. So the dollar index been pretty much ranging, right, for the last 3 months, okay, and still ranging right now, but in my opinion we'll see some action very soon. Okay, so these two blue levels are pretty much the range that I was watching. All right, so key lows right here, and then the first high in between as a range high, and then you can see we deviated below a couple times, deviated above a couple times. Okay, right here we made equal highs, then dumped, deviated below this low while sweeping these lows into range low. That was bullish. Okay, I laid out that plan exactly in our Discord server, played out beautifully, went for the highs again, deviated above, got back below, some ugly price action here. I think that was during the elections. So yeah, then we dumped again. Okay, and now we're below range low again. Okay, so we are coming from a downtrend and are now consolidating. Okay, so the most logical scenario would be continuation to the downside, right? So we have, if we look on the daily, we have some clean demand down here, which is untapped. So to me, continuation to the downside would be more likely. But then the question is, how long are we gonna keep ranging here, right? So what would be the trigger? If we get a clean smash below this black level, okay, which is a level from all the way back here, which has proven to be pivotal. Okay, if we get a clean smash below here, which would also mean a smash below or a break below this level, so something like this, and then a breakdown. Okay, retest, that's your trigger, and then that's a short into here. Okay, into this big consolidation demand area from back here. Okay, and then what's the bullish play, or what's the play that we're gonna keep ranging for a little longer? That is if we reclaim this daily open and the range low, right? So as you can see here, deviated below, got back above, retest. Okay, deviated, boom, retest, all the way up to the highs again. So if we reclaim this and then reclaim this key level, it's more likely that we're gonna go for range high again, and potentially even go for some highs around here and around here before, okay, potentially breaking down into this gray area. Okay, but to me it looks like this wants to break down pretty soon. I mean, the weekly closed pretty damn ugly. Okay, we swept these highs into supply, into range high resistance, and then dumped violently, and now closed the lowest close also of this consolidation. Okay, so to me, downside is more likely here than upside. Okay, the weekly open will be key. If we see some upside here early in the week and then break below the weekly open, that's your trigger for a short all the way down in here. Okay, so that's the dollar index. Then first of all, let's take a look at Euro USD, right? So pretty much the opposite of the dollar index. And as you can see, yeah, we just beautifully swept these lows, then saw upside and closed the weekly massively strong, in my opinion. So what I'm expecting, dollar down means Euro USD up. So I'm definitely looking for longs on this one, right? So this is the range that we've been watching, deviated below a couple times and then reclaim. This was a supply area that I was watching. We just ignored it and pumped straight through that, closed the daily and the weekly very strong. So in my opinion, this is heading for new highs into this supply area, which would then line up with dollar heading for the demand area lower, okay? So what would be the trigger on this one? Ideally, I'd like to see some downside early in the week, okay? Something like this, a sweep in there, and then a reclaim of the weekly open. Then your invalidation becomes around here or below this low, okay? And targets, first of all, the highs, okay? This key level, the high. And then if we get a clean smash above here, then I think it's gonna pull a move like back here, right? Something like this. So a violent move to the upside into this blue area. So that would definitely be a nice trade, right? So some downside early in the week into demand, and then after a reclaim of some key levels, you long invalidation below here or below the low, targets all the way up there, okay? Right, then the Australian dollar was one I was watching as well, right? The monthly, as you can see, looked insanely bullish, swept lows, deviated below here, clean highs above, okay? So heading down to the weekly, we can see that this key level has been pivotal and we have consolidated around this level a few times, which is why I marked it with this gray box. And as you can see, last week, we swept the lows, swept September low, as you can see, into that key pivotal area, all right? And as you can see, the reaction has been brutal, just massively pumped, broke through all of the key levels. So definitely looking for longs on this one as well, okay? So basically we're in a range between September low and September high. The extreme to the downside, which is September low, has been taken, has been swept. So the draw on liquidity is gonna be to the upside, okay? So let's see where the midpoint between those two levels lines up with. And as you can see, this beautifully lines up. It's just voodoo stuff, honestly. Lines up beautifully with this range high, this key level. So what's the game plan here? Some downside in here early in the week, boom. I mean, I'd blindly long this, to be honest, with invalidation somewhere around here. And then if we reclaim the daily open, the weekly open, easy long towards September high, and then a break above September high without a sweep and a break back below. And then we're definitely gonna be trending higher, okay, into all of these highs right here, okay? So those are the main plays that I'm watching on Forex pairs, all right? So longs on Euro, USD, and AUD, so the Australian dollar. The British pound is not really clear to me. Game plans from last week didn't play out, and I mean, it's just looking ugly, so I rather focus on the Australian dollar, which is very clear to me, and Euro USD, right? So then quickly, let's take a look at silver. So I took a long on silver last week. So when we were down here, right? So we had this clean range right here. So a key high and a key low. We swept the low into some demand, okay? Then we pumped into mid-range and this lower time frame supply right here, okay? Then rejected into this key level right here. So this key low, which you could call our daily range high, then this is our daily range low here, and this our daily range high. So actually let's make a range out of this. like this. Extend lines, right? All right. So that's the daily range we're watching. So the key low, or the first low after the downside after the all-time high, well, the local highs, okay? And then the first high, the key high as a range high, swept, okay? And as you can see, mid-range, the very, very pivotal, lining up with this low right here. And then this level right here is the weekly range low right here. Okay, so a similar look on the lower time frames as we see here, right? So key high, key low, mid-range pivotal, range low, tapped 3 times and broke below and never got back above. And then right here, if we take a look on the daily, this level has been pivotal, insanely pivotal, and now lines up perfectly with this lower time frame mid-range and this key level. Okay, so back to right here, what we saw last week. So we swept range low, then rejected at the mid-range, but this key daily range low level held, and we started pushing up again, okay? And then when we closed up here, okay, that told me that this wanted to trade higher, okay? So if this would have been bearish here, in my opinion, this would have dumped from here, but instead this got bought up, okay? We closed above mid-range, and on top of that, we had clean highs above, right here, and an unswept range high, and untapped supply above, okay? So that was my long trigger. I longed with my stop, I don't know, somewhere around here, and then target was up here for 2 hours, around that. So yeah, that was a nice setup. I closed it, didn't want to hold over the weekend. So what I'll be watching next week, we did sweep the highs right now into some very key and pivotal levels. So what's the long trigger? If we reclaim this level, so that would mean a reclaim of this mid-range, this weekly range low, and yeah, this blue key level, okay? Something like this, and then break higher, then that's definitely a long, in my opinion, towards new highs. If we instead sweep above here and break below, back below here, then that's a short all the way down back into the lows. All right, so that's what I'm watching for silver. Currently slightly leaning bullish, since yeah, the dollar is looking like it wants to break down. So then if we break above here, I'll definitely be looking for longs again. All right, good. So that's silver. And then yeah, last but not least, let's take a look at Bitcoin, right? So I took some nice trades last week on Bitcoin. We longed from down here and then rode it up, closed, longed again, closed again up here. And then my last trade was a long, the very small risk long after this sweep, targeting these highs. But yeah, then we dumped violently, so I lost 0.2 R, which is no biggie. But that was the last trade I took, and since then I've been flat on Bitcoin. But yeah, definitely right now this looks, I mean, I think we run this back turbo and this is going for new highs. Why? So funding up here was pretty damn high. As you can see, it peaked hard, especially during this move, right? Right now, so funding has been reset. Okay, it's back to neutral. It's not really bullish, but it's not bearish either, in my opinion. It's just neutral. And yeah, this, I mean, I talked about this in my Discord. We've seen the structure a lot. So consolidation, making highs, okay, then dump, retracing, and then see one more dump without sweeping this low, and then we run it back turbo and go for all the highs and squeeze higher. Okay, so we have seen this pattern a lot, as you for example right here, you see dump, retrace, okay, sell off without sweeping this low, and then you just go for the highs, right? Right here, dump, retrace, another dump without sweeping the low, all the way up again. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna look for more, but we've seen that a lot. Okay, so what am I currently watching? If we start ranging a little here, okay, maybe see a spike in there, and then tomorrow we see a dump in here, and then a reclaim of, for example, the weekly open, then I'll definitely be looking for longs here, with targets new highs. Okay, well, first I'd most likely take some off around this supply area, maybe even at these highs or at this high, and then keep some for higher, but definitely favoring longs here. But yeah, anyways, we gotta respect all of the scenarios. So what's the bearish scenario? If we pump in here, reject, lose this level again, okay, break below the weekly open, then we're most likely gonna trade lower, into here, I'd say, into the monthly open, last week's, well, this week's weekly open, tomorrow it will be last week's weekly open, and then I'll be looking for new longs around here. But yeah, like I said, in my opinion, we range a little here, maybe see one more dump to shake out some late longers, and then I think we just run this back up and go for new highs, new local highs. Okay, so that's what I'm watching here. Yeah, I hope that's clear. Last but not least, I would like to introduce you to CoinMarketManager again. So as you know, and as I told you at the start of the video, I trade Forex, commodities, and indices at PrimeXBT and trade Bitcoin at Bybit, okay? And I use CoinMarketManager to journal all my trades on Bybit, okay? Also, you can have all kinds of trade analytics and performance charts, equity curves, and stuff like that. Also a verification page to be fully transparent in your trading. That's exactly what I do as well. I mean, it's just so underrated in my opinion, showing your trades live and just accepting your mistakes and learning from them, which CoinMarketManager is the perfect solution for, right? So if you'd like to get ACEs, you can. It's fully free. The only thing you have to do is sign up on Bybit using my personal referral link. Okay, so if you use that and go to CoinMarketManager, link your Bybit account, which you made using my link, then you'll get full access to all of the paid features CoinMarketManager has. Okay, so I mean, as you guys know, I never shill anything I don't personally use. I use them every day. So yeah, definitely check them out. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this market review. So yeah, let's see what we get next week and let's kill it. Peace.